This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Robert Frost is a prominent poet of American literature. His lyrical poems are saturated with the intellectual vision of a human life. The poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost expresses the uncertainty and finality of choice. The poem is rich with symbolism, which is open to interpretation by the reader. This essay aims to evaluate this poem through poetic analysis and reveal its message. Kennedy and Dana discuss the symbolism of this poem in their book. The following analysis is based on Frost's poem, which is presented in their book. Evaluation of any poem seems impossible without analyzing its sound devices and figures of speech. The analysis helps to understand the message of the poem and realize the author's vision of the world. The poem The Road Not Taken deepens into the main theme, the uncertain human nature and problem of choice. One may note that the poem's rhythm and structure provide clues to the overall meaning. First of all, it is necessary to understand the rhyme of the poem. The 4 stanzas of The Road Not Taken consist of 5 lines. The scheme is ABAAB. Lines have 4 syllables, iambic tetrameter. The rhyme is strict, however, the last line is an exception, and that has made all the difference. In the word difference, the stress is on its. The poem's rhyme emphasizes the words that create the message, thus, one should pay attention to the following sound devices. For example, in the first stanza, assonance, would, stood, looked, could, both, and roads, allows catching the following information, concentrated in these words. A person stood in the wood, looked on both roads and considers which road to choose, realizing that it is a pretty tricky task. At the same time, the first line, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, deepens the reader into the poem's setting. The whole poem is not a situation but a person's reflection of the setting. There are 2 roads, and only one of them can be chosen, and it does not matter whether it will be right or not. The euphony facilitates the process of absorbing the poem and allows the narrator to experience the problem of choice. The figures of speech contribute to the imagery of the poem. For example, the epithets just, fair, and grassy describe the road chosen by the narrator. Such symbolic metaphors like roads suggest an idea of human lifelines or how one chooses to follow in life. Also, the symbolic epithet less traveled means that the road is full of challenges. All the people encounter this dilemma. The title of the poem focuses the reader's attention on the road that is not taken by a person. Without gain, there is no loss. The narrator wants to show that life does not have a correct path, there is only another path and a chosen one. It is evident that the poem has a philosophical view on human choice in life. The symbolism of the poem, expressed by the road metaphor and other elements, contributes to Frost's perception of the world. A human being may choose only one road to follow. For this reason, the decision can be a difficult process because everyone realizes that one day, one may regret a choice made. The roads equally lay mean people are free to make a choice. Also, there is an irony that can be seen in the following lines. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence. The narrator anticipates the wrongness of the decision in his future and realizes that betrayal at the moment of decision is inevitable. Once, he will sigh with remorse and recollect these roads in the woods. Nevertheless, sometimes, people cannot change the way chosen. The identity of the narrator is more or less predictable. In the poem, Frost shows his uncertainty in the fork of life. He believes that one should choose one of the roads, but nobody knows for sure whether this choice will be right or not. A reader sees himself in the poem. Everyone can be uncertain when making a choice. For this reason, the mood of the poem is quite sad, which can be seen in the following lines. And sorry I could not travel both. Oh, I kept the first for another day. I shall be telling this with a sigh, and that has made all the difference, etc. Such words like sorry, sigh, difference, and another day contribute to the mood of the poem. The significance of the poem lies in its subject matter and theme, human uncertainty in the choice. Frost shows a reader only one view on this problem. Most people cannot but agree with the main point. Human experience suggests that there are wrong ways in life, but the poem's author stresses that one is free to follow one's way. The wrongness of the chosen road will be apparent only in the future, and this he transmits through sad irony. The figures of speech and the overall melodic harmony of the poem make it a unique diamond in American literature. Moreover, it is a thought-provoking, psychological, and philosophical poem that raises one of the most essential human problems, the problem of choice in life. The poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost remains a valuable heritage of world literature. Reading this poem, one may realize the problematic and uncertain character of human choice in the fork of life. The author looks at this problem from a philosophical and psychological point of view, which makes the poem symbolic and significant. This essay on The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for.